what is up, you guys? Hope they're partying like every day is your birthday, because we got another one for you guys today, man. And did you know that these goldfish are always gonna be smiling at you? And that this video was also requested by you, so I appreciate you for sending this one my way. We got Netflix's Castlevania anime is an absolute masterpiece. I don't even know if I've ever heard of Castlevania. So without further ado, we're just gonna hop right into this, man. Shout out to the anime man for this great little video right here, and let's just see what we're working with. The
How's it going, everyone? This is the
man.
Anime Man. If you're a kid who grew up in the late 80s, don't look at me, man, I'm not that old, then you would remember of a little mistake by the name of the Super Mario Brothers movie. This 1993 film was one of the first video game adaptations to the big screen, and it really paved the way for video games to shine on the movie screen in terms of filmographical prowess. Is what I would say if I was part of an alien species that had never heard of video games and or movies in my entire goddamn life. Did I say little mistake earlier? I meant big mistake. A big fat fucking mistakerino, neighborino. Goose egg out of 10 on that test, little Timmy. If you guys have never seen this movie, then I actually recommend you go and check it out just to see how bad movies could possibly be.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm not about to spend my day watching a movie that this man says is so bad you have to watch. I'll take his word for it, man.
This movie was so bad that actors Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, who played Mario and Luigi respectively,
that's Mario and Luigi?
stated in multiple interviews that this movie was one of the biggest mistakes and regrets in their entire acting career. And if you watch their performance in that movie, I don't fucking blame them. Ever since then, it's safe to say that video game to film adaptations, or I guess video games to screen adaptations, haven't exactly had the greatest track record.
Sonic's done pretty good though, hasn't it?
Quality or success. But it seems that finally, somebody has managed to create a video game adaptation to screen that is not only good, not only great, but fucking awesome. If you've seen the thumbnail and title, you probably already know what it is, but I'm of course talking about the Netflix original Castlevania anime series. Now look, before you even begin talking about this, I know already there are a bunch of you guys down in the comments who are typing away something like, Joey, how dare you call Castlevania an anime? It's made by a Western production, so it's not technically an anime, it's a cartoon, you hypocritical plebeian cunt. Listen, I don't have time for your sass. You guys are the same motherfuckers who flip their shit when somebody says that Avatar: The Last Airbender is an anime, which it isn't. So I think it's safe to say that Castlevania
y'all definitely did that to me.
And I think it's okay to call it an anime. And don't worry, I am fully aware that it is made by Western production, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this particular Western production in terms of animation and anime style quality is just as good, if not better, than most anime of this season and in fact most of this year. Let's just say I failed No Nut November pretty goddamn hard after I finished watching this. I was like, oh, Netflix senpai! I didn't jack off to the show, I swear.
I mean, I failed it pretty quick too, but
hard to resist.
Probably not over the show.
So for those of you who don't know,
I'm not even gonna look at you at all.
Is an adaptation, or I guess a reimagining of the original Castlevania game franchises created by Konami. More specifically, it follows the lore and characters of the third game in the franchise, Castlevania 3.
I've never even heard of this game, you guys. Castlevania.
Even though I'm a massive Castlevania fan, it's probably the only Castlevania game that I haven't actually finished from start to end. Just kidding, I haven't finished any Castlevania game. Those games are harder than my dick during No Nut November. The basic premise follows Dracula.
Bro, this man loves talking about his meat, bro.
Female wanting to be an awesome doctor to save all of humanity, who is then burnt to the stake by the church for being a witch or wizard or dark magician girl or whatever, goes berserker mode and aims to commit genocide on the entire human race as revenge. A real ladies' man, that one is. Meanwhile, you have this guy, Trevor.
Nah, she had every right to do that, bro. I'm with her.
Known for being
kill them all.
Slayers, who after wandering into a town to save some townsfolk from a barrage of hideous monsters that will make any dark fantasy fan proud, stumbles upon the tomb of Alucard, the son of Dracula. After a few fights, they both agree to work together to fight Dracula to stop the world and humanity from falling apart. With the help of the wandering magician Cypher, who owes Trevor for saving her life from a random Cyclops that was just chilling in an underground tomb, the three head towards Dracula's castle to stop the genocide of humanity once and for all. Now, just
Dracula's the bad guy.
Premise, it sounds like your typical standard run-of-the-mill dark fantasy show, right? Bad guy appears who wants to destroy a bunch of shit, a bunch of heroes appear with a hold my beer fan mentality, and then a bunch of awesome and gory fighting ensues. But what makes Castlevania and in fact a lot of great dark fantasy stories well, great, is the way that the characters are built up over time. Because I think that's one of the biggest advantages that dark fantasy stories have over other genre stories, and is one of the biggest reasons why I absolutely love the dark fantasy genre in my manga and anime.
I don't think y'all have checked out too many dark fantasy, whatever the hell he just said. I'm trying to think. I mean, I've seen a couple of anime before, but I'm trying to think of what is classified as a dark anime fantasy. So if you guys let me know in the comments a bunch of them, maybe I can see if I've seen a few or not.
One of the reasons why manga series like Claymore and Berserk are up there as, in my opinion, one of the greatest stories ever told in manga. Not only are the main characters built up over the course of the 12 episodes the Castlevania anime runs for, but the villains, and especially the villains, are so fucking well developed. Like, honestly, I was actually super invested in the villains and the different backstabbings, plottings, and schemings that they were doing behind the scenes, more so than the actual heroes of the story. These developments and relationships especially bloom during the second season.
On every step.
We're not only introduced to a number of
she just took a step on his ass,
each with interesting and deep backstories, but we also get to see a huge personality shift in Dracula himself. Yes, ironically enough, Dracula, the Dark Lord of the vampires himself, the one individual who's probably the furthest away from being human in this entire series, actually shows the most humane and fragile personality changes in the entire show. The way that this character goes from being this relentless, cold-hearted, OP monster of humanity to just being a tired, sad, and confused old man who was just sick of it all is honestly really inspiring. Which I think is what time will do to a man, bro. They decided to take in an otherwise standard run-of-the-mill narrative that the series is based off of. One aspect about a lot of anime that a lot of people who watch anime series tend to miss and not appreciate enough, but especially holds true in the case with this Castlevania anime, is the music and sound editing. Just mixing.
I'm a man of the music, bro. That's for sure. I do think people underappreciate it. The soundtrack, y'all, matters a lot. It's what portrays the emotion of a scene. You take the music off of a scene, and it can totally change the whole dynamic of it. You know, the music conveys emotion. Bro, why do you think people listen to music so much? They got music for when they want to be happy. They got music when they want to feel sad. That's why it's so important that music's in the anime. It really helps just portray the emotion of the scene. You know, if you got some sad stuff going on, yeah, it's going to make you feel a little sad. But if you put some hard-hitting, impactful, sad music, you're going to be like, damn, I feel that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And the aesthetic tones and drones you hear in the music and in the sound effects and in the ambient noise in the background of the entire show is just so
I think I like this Castlevania.
The soundtrack remains dark and deep, yet subtle and quiet to really portray this feeling of loneliness, doom, and destruction. And the sound effects, especially during some of the fight scenes, are so guttural and impactful. Like every punch, every hit, every stab, slice, throw, and splatter are so rich in texture to the point where you can almost feel.
I want to hear it. Oh, yeah, I felt that. I felt that. Oh my gosh.
Straight to the fucking groin. Ouch. It not only makes you feel the impact of every hit, but it also makes you feel the impact of the moment. Like, you feel the seriousness and the impeding doom that lurks within every single moment, like you're watching it in some kind of cinema in the front row. Because even though Castlevania is technically a 12-episode TV...
Ooh, you can't tell me though, this would not be... I don't know why. This is hella tough. I would love to watch an anime like this. Bro, imagine if they had, like, anime in theaters. I know they had the one anime movie, but, like, imagine if, I don't know, they were showing One Piece episodes of the Land of Wano arc where I'm at right now. That would be so tough to watch in the movies. Just with all the speakers and stuff and just the way the lighting, all this. The movies really be, I'm letting y'all know, add 1 or 2 ratings to the movie or show you watching.
Because even though Castlevania is technically a 12-episode TV series, the audible richness that it has and the flow of narrative almost gives Castlevania this cinematic experience. Like you went to go see a movie, went into the wrong theater, and just happened to stumble upon this 6-hour-long director's cut of a fucking D.B. Weiss film. And by the way, can we just talk about the voice acting in this show? As many of you who have been on this channel know, and if you've seen my videos and you know me personally, then you would know I'm not exactly the biggest fan when it comes to English dubbing and a lot of...
Come on, man, there's some good dub
in different anime.
There's some shit ones, though. Black Clover... Spit on that shit. Juju, spit on that shit too, bro. I really hate those two. I would never watch them in dubbed. But I think Demon Slayer Season 2 has a really good dub. Season 1, bro, Zenitsu, I swear, made me want to cut my ears off. That shit was god-awful. But, well, actually, I haven't even seen Season 2 I saw Season 2 in sub, so it could still be god-awful. It still could be god-awful. So I'm up at Demon Slayer as a shitty-ass one, too. I don't know. Well, I think Demon Slayer's good except for Zenitsu. But there's definitely some shitty-ass dubs out there. And it makes no sense to me how people can do it so shittily. Like, you could tell it's a bunch of people just in their own room recording the lines. Because one dude will be like, da-da-da-da, and the other person will be like, da-da-da-da. And it just makes no sense when it comes to the lines of it.
Of course, in the case with anime, there
And
are
the
definitely
emotion,
exceptions to that rule. Some anime have some absolutely fantastic English dubs. But the voice acting for Castlevania was surprisingly really fucking good. Each voice actor gives their respective characters this rich feeling of personality, to the point where you can very easily distinguish characters just by listening to their voices. Of course, like every English dub, it has its awkward moments from time to time, but overall, the diverse cast of accents thrown into this anime worked really well to bring me into the story and world of Castlevania. And the choreography of some of these fight scenes, like, oh my god. Even though the animation can be a little bit janky at times, the choreography of some of these fights, the way that they move, the way that they flow, is like watching some fucking contemporary dance movement. Like Michael Jackson would be proud. From start to finish, just these consistent, high-quality movements, and the way the heroes kill off enemies.
This looks way better. One anime that I absolutely love, you guys, that I really wish did a better job at their fight scenes, is One Piece. I feel like One Piece, when it comes to the fight scenes, respectfully, they're kind of mid. You know, and I'm a fan of One Piece, so, you know, don't come for my throat. But I feel like, I don't know, sometimes they don't show the punches, and they just throw, like, the dude throws the punch, and the other dude's then flying in the sky getting hit. I want to see the dude punch, you know what I mean? I want to see that man getting worked. I wish they did a little bit better of a job with, you know, the way they would show blood and stuff like that. Because I feel like just the fight scenes don't always hit home on One Piece. This looks hella clean, though.
New, refreshing, and highly entertaining ways.
This looks hella tough.
Every single fight scene was fucking exciting. Like, oh shit! Your boy just did that to him. Honestly, I'm trying to find something in this anime that I can say something negatively about, or something that needs improving. But I'm having actually quite a hard time trying to think,
you know, it's a good anime then.
That can be criticized heavily on. I would say maybe the one complaint that I would have probably has to do mostly with the final episode of the show. It was kind of anticlimactic, considering the episode before was basically the final climactic fight between the heroes and Dracula. So I felt it was strange to dedicate an entire episode to the aftermath of the whole situation. But then, as you watch the aftermath, you quickly realize it's more like the beginning to the end, as the series basically sets itself up
the beginning to the end. I like that.
Or at least leave it on some kind of open ending for a possible season 3, which I will welcome with open arms, like my dog who has left my home for 10 years and have just come back. I'm like, come into my arms, baby. Look, am I saying Castlevania is a masterpiece? Yes. Actually, yes.
Yes, I am.
There are just way too many people who are unaware that this show
is pretty funny, man.
Just not realize how great this show is. So I basically wanted to make this video to kind of give the show a little bit of spotlight. I mean, this show is just another brilliant example to show that Netflix is fucking killing it in 2018 in terms of anime. I mean, we started off with Devilman Crybaby, which I made an entire video on already, links in the description. And then we had Agretzko, which was an incredibly funny, incredibly charming and cute show about an otherwise very serious and dark topic surrounding adult life and the working
Really? That show right there?
And now we have this. We have Castlevania, which just adds the cherry on top of the beautiful Netflix cake for all of us to dig our faces into. So yeah, I'm not saying that Netflix is gonna take over the anime sphere in 2019 or whatever, but there's certainly showing
They are starting to get a lot. They know how to market their... On Netflix, I never really saw any anime. I could be wrong, you know, and just be blind to it until I really started, you know, as soon as I saw anime blowing up on TikTok, I started seeing a ton of anime on Netflix. Now, like I said, I could just be blind to it, and they have been doing it for a while. But shout out, because they're definitely starting to get more and more anime on there, and I know that for sure. So shout out to the marketing
good
team,
signs
man.
of them at least getting one step closer to that with these fucking high quality anime right here. And they're basically able to provide us with a bunch of great shows with great quality that not many other contenders of the same type of multimedia movement have been able to give us in these past couple of years. But yeah, all I'm gonna say is go watch Castlevania. It's on Netflix. The entire series is finished. It's only 12 episodes. Go watch it so I don't sound like a
Only
fucking
12
lunatic
episodes?
who's
I'm going to watch it, bro,
loving
for
this
sure.
show way too much. But guys, let me know what you think about Castlevania.
Hey, definitely giving this guy a hand of applause. I'm looking forward to it. This man brought up some really good points. I love the way the fight scenes look. Y'all know I'm a soundtrack type of G. Love the soundtracks. And just really does look like a clean type of anime. So I'll probably end up watching that today. If you guys want me to watch it on stream, I'll do that. So let me know in the comments if that's something you guys would want to see, because we could all just maybe watch it together as a fam. But without further ado, I'm going to go get to the last video of the day. So I do hope you enjoyed this one. Shout out one more time to the Anime Man. Going to be checking out a lot more of his stuff. I really do enjoy his content. Did a great job. Thorough, description of the video. And gave us a good little picture of it. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure y'all are working hard. And get into it, brother. Deuce.